Okay. Okay, from the beginning. In the world to come, there is no body or physical form, only the soul of the righteous alone. Okay, so wicked people are not going to the world to come. Right? As we said before, if it says that somebody is losing the part in the world to come, the share in the world to come, what does it mean? He goes to Gehinnom, as Rambam explained, forever and ever. It's not like his soul disappeared. No, he goes there forever. Okay. So 14 commentary. This statement created a great controversy among the commentaries. The Rabbi writes, the statement of this individual resembled those who say that there is a resurrection. One second. There is a resurrection will not be for the bodies, only for the soul. Okay. I swear that our sages of blessed memory do not share that opinion. So one more time, I'm not sure what is attacking Rambam always, or almost always. The statement of this individual resembles those who say that the resurrection will not be for the bodies, only for the souls. I swear that our sages of blessed memory do not share this opinion. Okay, I think they're talking about different things. Rambam is talking about Gan Eden, right? As we said, so it's a place when person, if he's righteous, goes after he dies. That's Gan Eden part. But sometimes people call it Olam Haba also, the world to come. I'm not sure why, but I mean that's Gan Eden is a proper word, but Olam Haba also they use. But Olam Haba also it's called Mashiach time, right? Messianic age, when it's going to be a resurrection of the dead. So when it's going to be a resurrection of the dead, so people are going to get resurrected with the body. That's it says clearly. So the dead are going to come alive, right? So I'm not sure why Rabat said there is contradiction. There are two separate things. Okay, but he's attacking, of course. Okay. So let's see. The case of Mishnah explained the difference between Rambam and Rabat is semantic. Okay. Ikarim, Discourse 4, Chapter 31 explains that in a Talmud and a Midrashim, the sages use expression "the world to come" to refer to different rewards. Okay. Spiritual reward of the soul, which is righteous merit after death. That's what we said. But it's I think in order not to get confused, so it's proper to say Gan Eden. Okay, so I mean everybody knows that it's Gan Eden because nobody. I don't think that anybody would call Messianic age Gan Eden. I don't think so. Maybe, but I never heard. Okay. And B, the age of resurrection of the dead, when the entire nation will arise from their graves, both by body and soul. Okay, so that's as we said, it's different story, right? So one is world to come, and one is Messianic age, right? I'm sorry, I don't want to see. I confuse myself. So one is Gan Eden, and one is Messianic age. That's the proper way. Okay. So both Rambam and Rabat believe in both this concept. It's not like one deny. I mean, it's if somebody denies one thing, is he's a heretic, as we learned in the beginning of this teachings, right? Indeed, the Rambam includes the belief of resurrection of the dead, one of the 13 principles of the faith, principle 13, right? And in chapter 3, Halachah 6, lists those who denied a resurrection among those who will not merit the portion of world to come. Exactly, right? So that's what we learned before, as you just said. Okay, I thought it's in the beginning, but it's always in chapter 3. Okay, chapter 3, Halachah 6. So basically, first of all, it's general. It's one of the fundamental beliefs, one of the 13 principles. So without this, a person is not losing his status as a kosher Jew, right? At this point, he does not have a portion of the world to come if he denies the resurrection of the dead. right? So, okay. Or even if he denies the Gan Eden, that righteous people are going to get rewarded in the future. So it's also part of the 13 principles. However, however, he defines the Torah, the world to come, as referring to the world of the souls alone. So who is this Rambam? So Rambam. So Rambam, when he calls Alam Haba, the world to come, he means Gan Eden. Okay. In the contrast, the Ravad's interpretation towards the expression "the world to come" is referring to the era of the resurrection. So Rambam calls that era as era of Mashiach. So there's no conflicts. What is only in a way these two rabbis called the thing. But I'm not sure why Ravad would get confused if he gets the description. So when we read the Rambam's description, it says clearly that he means Gan Eden, not Messianic times. I'm not sure why he was confused. I'm not sure. Indeed, the above mentioned misunderstanding led to such a controversy that Rambam found it necessary to compose a special treatise, Igeret Techai Hamesim, to emphasize this belief in the resurrection of the dead. So, of course, if he said this fundamental belief, why would he deny it? Right? The resurrection of the dead. In that text, he explained that in the Mishnah Torah, he elaborates more on the concept of the world to come than on the resurrection, because, again, world to come, meaning here, it means Gan Eden, when person goes after he passes from this world, right? So why? Because of reasons. I only saw people discussing the resurrection while forgetting entirely about the world to come. So it's actually today's also most of the people, the speakers, I guess, speakers, they would discuss the world to come, meaning resurrection of the dead, Messianic time, but not Gan Eden, right? Not Gan Eden that person goes. But when there is going to be resurrection, maybe tomorrow, maybe some years from now, we don't know. But in Gan Eden, the person goes right now. If he dies right now, he goes after the judgment, after some time, but some enter immediately. Righteous people, Rav Kanievsky, that's all. Furthermore, though as explained there, the resurrection is one of the cornerstones of the Moshe's Torah. It is not the ultimate purpose. Rather, the ultimate purpose, the world to come. Right? So that's what actually this line is a root of Rabbi Reuven Shlita's speech about Mashiach, a danger of Mashiach now thing, as Chabad does, right? Why? Because they make this resurrection of Mashiach now thing, right, as the goal, right? Let me read one more time the Rambam's words. Furthermore, though, as explained there, the resurrection is one of the cornerstones of Moshe Torah. So nobody is denying resurrection, right? It is not the ultimate purpose. So they make it its ultimate purpose. Mashiach is going to come. Everybody is going to be cured. No problem, no issues, no wars, no financial issues, nothing, right? So no, I'll bring in children issues, right? That's what they're talking about, which is wrong. It's one of the things of Judaism, but it's not the main point, right? Rather, the ultimate purpose is the world to come, right? When a person gets the reward. That's very interesting. That's from here. Though those two opinions agree on the fundamental principle of faith, there are still basic differences between them, as will be explained in a commentary to chapter 9. So it's next chapter, Halachah 2. A crux of the issue is the question: what is the ultimate good which Jewish people will merit? Okay, is the spiritual world of the souls, as Rambam maintains, or will that be good become manifested within the context of material reality in the resurrection of the dead, as conceived by Rabbi? Okay, so that's the question. Okay, but I'm not sure when they say question. I'm not sure why it should be contradiction. So until the Mashiach comes, all of these righteous people that they can enjoy the time in Gan Eden. I'm not sure why it should be contradiction. Okay. Okay, so let's read the whole sentence from the beginning. In the world to come, there is no body or physical form. Okay, only the soul. So world to come. One more time, we're talking about Gan Eden. Only the soul of the righteous alone, without the body, like the ministering angels. Commentary in Hilchot Torah. It's very beginning of this volume. Chapter 2, Halachah 3 through 4. The Rambam writes that the angels are the spiritual entities without body. So in there they discuss angels and all of the creation. It's very interesting, but very philosophical, very, very like high level. So that's one of the reasons it's very important, but it's not as practical as this. The sages of Kabbalah, based on their statement on Psalms 104:4, explain that the souls are on an even higher level than the angels. Right? So the souls of the righteous are even on a higher level than those of the angels. It's not like angel has a soul, I think, right? So angel is a soul in some sense, it's a spiritual entity, right? So souls of the righteous even higher than the angels. The angel have a spiritual body, while the soul have no body whatsoever. So I'm not sure. Of course, it's hard to comprehend what is spiritual body. Okay, but the soul, no body whatsoever. Okay. So continue. Since there is no physical form, there is neither eating, drinking, nor any of the other bodily functions of this world. Commentary. Let's finish. Like sitting, standing, sleeping, death, sadness, laughter, and the like. Okay, no bodily functions. But in Messianic time, it's going to be bodily functions, right? So all of these souls are going to be, whichever are going to be destined to be resurrected, going to have all of the physical functions, of course. Commentary. Shar Gagmul, Rambam questions why Rambam felt the need to elaborate on this matter. Even the smallest students in Israel knows that the soul of the righteous man who dies rests in the spiritual good of the higher world, with no contact with the body or the matter at all. Though the nature of the mystery is known only to select few, and only God can grasp the true comprehension of the matter, the general awareness of this concept is still for all. Ramban put it beautifully. So he said, of course, what is the Rambam is adding here? First of all, we learn the Halachah, right? So Ramban in Shar Hagmul saying, okay, well, what is that Rambam is adding? Everybody knows that the body stays here in this world, and the soul is going up to heaven, right? So what exactly he's adding, right? And plus he said this concept are known only few Kabbalists, I guess, right? But what is the purpose of Rambam? What Rambam says? So it says for general awareness. So many things, of course, it's above our level, but at least we must be aware of them, that they exist. So whenever we have time, We are on a certain level, so we can go up and go. At least we know the subject that we want to study. Okay. I don't recommend to study the subject, but general approach. Okay. So like sitting, standing, sleeping, death, sadness, laughter, and the like. So it's not recommended to study the subject because for most of the people, it's purely waste of time. They're not on the level. They would not comprehend. And even if they think comprehend, they would not, right? Grasp the true meaning. And plus, there is so much thing to learn. Start with a partial of the week. Start, right? So continue. So all of the Kabbalists are like people who who learn Kabbalah that I know. Of course, I don't know this the real Kabbalists. They're not on the street. They're not in open. They're not on the internet, right? But all of this, you ask a question about partial of the week. They have no idea what partial of the week we're reading. Yeah, but I said today's Wednesday. You don't know. Okay, tell me one thing that you learned from last week or from what last year. Absolutely zero. Guess what? But people learn Kabbalah. Very interesting. Thus, those certain statements of our sages will employ such terms. They will all must be considered metaphors, used only because the Torah speaks of human terms. See Hilchot Torah 1, chapter 1, Halachahs 11 and 12. Okay. So meaning for us to understand. So what is it? No human forms, right? So it's nor sitting, nor standing, nor sleeping. Okay. So of course, but when we understand like no standing. So if I can stand, I need feet, right? So so it's not the case. He already told us it's only soul, and he gives us explanation.